Hate you? When people are hating on you for no apparent reason. They have a reason, but it's not apparent. So, what do you do, right, when it is evident that somebody is hating on you and you know that you haven't done anything to them? You know that you haven't stolen from them, you didn't have a fallout with a friend, and this is just a kind of hate that is rooted in envy. It's important to know that whenever your presence diminishes somebody else's significance, you are going to deal with haterism. Hate, particularly hate rooted in envy, is the mind's way of protecting the ego from dealing with insecurity. So if you're dealing with an individual, right, who has to be the shiniest object in the room, they're the only person who can be gifted. They're the only person who can have talents. They're the only person who can be a valuable employee on the job. The issue is, whenever you're dealing with someone, right, who has to be the shiniest object in the room, and they believe that for you to shine means that somehow they're diminished, and they don't realize that the sun really is big enough for everybody to shine. The bus will make room for you. There's room on the planet for everybody's gifts. You need singers, but you need dancers too. You need writers, but you need editors. But sometimes you get on the job, or you'll get in a neighborhood, or in your personal life, you'll get around people who will try to diminish you, minimize you, ignore your presence, talk about you, gossip about you, spread lies, total lies. There are people who will tell lies on you. That's how deep their resentment of you goes, simply because you're showing up for life, doing what you do, giving it your all. And there are people who won't like that. They somehow think that your grind and shine, particularly if you were grinding, you're out there hustling, doing what you got to do to grow your business, if you work for yourself, or to just do what you do at work. And there are people who will not like you because of it. I want you to know that their hatred of you is not about you. It's about their own insecurity. And sometimes when we are on the receiving end of that type of hate, it can cause you to diminish your light. It can cause you to stop really, participating in life and showing up for life as your full self. And it can cause us to not bring our gifts to the table. And when you bring your gifts to the table, it really is a gift, because we need it all, right? We need problem solvers. We need creative people. We need people who could look at something very quickly, tell you what's wrong with it, and fine tune it. But we also need visionaries. Your gifts will make room for you. And here's the thing about shade, right? Because a lot of times when you're dealing with someone who's hating on you, whether it's on the low or whether they're openly hostile, right? They're sucking their teeth, giving you the side eye, rolling their eyes. Whenever you raise your hand to talk in a meeting, they're like, oh gosh. And they're making it pretty apparent that they don't like you. They're giving you what I call the mean girl treatment or the mean guy treatment. And they're rallying up the troops, meaning they're getting other people on their side to turn against you. But you know what? They never liked you anyway. They never liked you anyway. It's one of two things. If somebody's mind, right, can be influenced and they don't even know you, they've never had a conversation with you, and they're trusting the opinion of a gossip, of a person who has malice and larceny in their heart over you, then it shows you they either never liked you anyway, they're weak-minded, or they have no backbone. It's one of the three. So why would you even worry about somebody who never liked you anyway, who's weak-minded, and who has no backbone? Now, they may have backbone to be loud and ratchet. That's not having backbone. That's having no class. But they don't have the backbone to get to know you for themselves, to put away their insecurities, and to see the light within themselves. The only reason, right? The only reason why a person puts their shades on. Think about it, right? When a person is throwing shade at you. The only reason a person puts on shades is when they're in the direct path of the sun. When they're in the direct path of the sun. When they are overwhelmed by the brilliance of the sun, That's the only time you really need to put on shades. So what that means is that your light, right, your loving spirit, your gifts, your talents, the fact that you are in a good place with you, your confidence, your self-assurance is so blinding. It's so brilliant. You give off so much light when you enter in the room. You don't even have to open up your mouth. Your energy goes ahead of you. Your energy speaks for you. And people hate you because of it. So they feel the need to throw on shade because when you enter a room, your brilliance lights up that room. And they don't realize that they have it too. That's the sad thing about haters. They're so busy looking at your light and trying to dim your light that they don't realize that they have light. All they have to do is ignite that power from within, and then they would see how powerful, how gifted, how talented they are in their own right. Everybody's not going to be a great singer. Everybody's not going to be a prolific writer. Stand her. She thinks she's all that. I hate her guts. I can't stand looking at his stuff. I hate the fact that they have this and they have that. It's easier for them to sit there and count your blessings and to worry about what you have and how you're growing and how influential you are than it is for them to look at their own life and put in the work. You can't worry about people who are on the sidelines if you're in the game. You got to play your game in life. You got to bring your brilliance wherever you go. And always remember, when people put on shade, right? When they throw shade at you, the only reason a person is throwing shade is because they're in the direct path of your sun, of your brilliance, of your light. So you keep on shining. You keep on being beautiful. You keep on being gifted and talented. Your gifts will make room for you.